It's going to be difficult, but I mean, you got to have small goals. I mean, you can't just be out there like, oh well, I'm stuck to 20 games. Might as well just go home. That's 100% not what's going through Orcollo's mind. He's trying to figure out a way he can chip this away and try to work this out. Because he's not here for his health. I mean, the monster is trying to win. Beautiful break. Oh, cue ball. Look at that. Nasty. Definitely, that was pretty nasty. He lost the white one, and a little bit disappointing. I mean, as far as executing a pretty decent break, and then you come with a good break and run, and then you just leave the guy. I mean, tic-tac-toe, and then get back in your chair. That's all it is, That's all you do. So, yeah, float one rail back up. Straight in. I mean, yeah, just tuck it back just a hair. Should not have any issues here at all. I like that. It takes the aggressive route and just stuns it right on out and float up for the 6. What's up, Double J? Double J's back, folks. So
yeah,
Shane's actually a Orcollo had a really, really, really solid run out the last game and then broken scratched.
Orculo has 54, right?
Yeah, he definitely has 54. And got a pretty unfortunate scratch in the side. I mean, it was, I hate to say unfortunate because it just went straight in there. One rail over, but.
Yeah, well, we talked about it earlier, though. He's sending it that way a lot.
He is sending it that way a lot.
And Shane, I know, flirted earlier here in day 2 a few times, bobbled out of the pocket a few times on that scratch.
Man, it's really just like when you ran into a buzzsaw, you just really can't do a whole lot about it. I mean, it is just like,
yeah,
it's gross.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
It's hard to even commentate because it's just like how astronomically powerful he is.
Yeah, Shane. He's been doing what he does today. And he played really well yesterday. That just shows you how well Dennis played. And, Dennis has had his mistakes today, but that's that.
So here we go. Shane has maintained a 21-game lead, made the one right inside. 2 balls, dressing up just nice. And another day at the office as far as the food. If the 5 is looking pretty juicy.
Yeah, and he's got a.
How's the 5 with the 8 right there?
Yeah, it looks like it might not go. If it does, it's very tight. Won't mess with it here, even though he's got an angle. He doesn't want to.
From the front angle, it looks like there's a gap on that 5.
There is a gap, so we'll see if it goes. He doesn't seem to be sizing much up to break it open.
He's not worried.
It does go in the upper right-hand corner. He's got a 4-ball near that he could break with if he had to draw 2 rails off the 4 into the 5-8. That's very doable.
I think he was mostly just worried about that initial ball right there.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you're off to the horses. You're off to the races right there. Because when you talk about players of this caliber, really, once they get past that, it's all good. They can figure it out. So do you play this 2 rails underneath? Or does it go?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, he got enough angle to draw 2 rails and bump it if he wanted, and very hard to get snookered that way. So we'll see. Oh, he played. It goes in that upper right.
2 rails underneath, yeah, and he got good, really, really decent. I like this.
Yeah.
Because he can just float right off the bottom side of the 8 and just be fine.
And one thing about Shane, again, he came aggressive. A lot of people would lay up a little further away trying to get more straight on this 5. But I agree with the theory of getting a little closer, being able to cue the ball nice. A little bit of a cut, but no big deal.
Uh-oh.
He's all right. He can cut it in the side.
Can he now? Can he?
Oh, yeah, he can. He's got a combo in the corner. He can definitely cut it in the side. It's just a matter if he wants to.
He's disappointed. He did not want to have to.
Yeah, I think he can flick this in, though.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah, that's going to run a piece, but he's okay.
He didn't want to have to do that. But...
All right, natural 2 rails to where he's standing over that side pocket. Should hit about a diamond before.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now watch out. That
Little
table goes that
longer than
it goes that way a hair.
Yeah, he wanted a little shorter than that, but
no problem.
just a little bit of a cut.
Yeah, 2 rails to the end rail.
Well, so how many 9 balls have we had missed? I think I saw Shane miss 1. I think
Dennis missed 1 today.
2 9 balls, and that's out of.
Dennis missed 2 today. Actually,
How many games have they played? Almost 200 games. Close.
No, 130. 130.
Yeah. I mean, total. That's just a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, if you rated the shots missed, also they're something you'd say is like something they should just make all day. I say all day, but for these guys all day.
We haven't seen a whole lot of those.
No,
not
really.
Stupid errors, or like ridiculous errors.
Okay, look at how much power he gets into that cut break. The 1 ball went 3 rails all the way back to the spot almost.
And he's perfect.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Man.
This will do till perfect comes along. Isn't that how they say it, Joey?
That's exactly right. I will take that.
He's got to make a shot
If you throw
on the
me out
2.
there, I'll take that. I might butcher it, but I mean, I'll take that every time. When you got some of the best players in the world getting looks like this every time, it's just gotta be sickening. I mean, it's just gotta be sickening.
Yeah, now the 2 on the side is pretty thin, so we'll see if he knocks this 1 in, if he takes the 2 on in the side or in the corner. I wouldn't doubt he takes the corner here, right? Because you got to get position.
I think he goes in the side. I think he's got a decent little dinker.
Can he get out for the cue ball though if he takes it on? I think this is going in the corner. I think.
I think you're right. I think he's so aggressive that he will play the corner.
Stun straight back and forth.
Oh, just center ball, just boom, boom.
Oh wow. You don't see that miss very often.
Oh, and did he get a roll? Or?
He got a big roll. I mean,
I think
he can play a kiss shot, but I mean the 7's over the other pocket. This is a little tricky. I mean, he could overhit this where the 2 locks up on the 9. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like this with the 7 being there. This is a little goofy.
It is a little bit funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I think the 2 can go. No, you're right. You're right. That 9 is really messing him up.
I might not slow roll this. Is what I might. I might go ahead and cut the 2 and let the 2 go into the 9.
That's what I was kind of thinking. But I mean, I feel like you kind of gotta let the ball. You gotta make the shot.
You'd ease it in.
I would ease it.
Well, I mean, normally you do, but hey, listen. If you lay the 2 below the 9, the 2 doesn't pass the 7. That's not. I mean, it doesn't go.
Then you're toast. Are you positive? You're 100% that that's who doesn't pass the 7.
I don't. I mean, look at the.
No, you're right.
We'll look at the other monitor. You see, the 7's pretty close to the rail. Now it could go kiss in and somehow. It could happen. But
I think you're right. I don't think that ball goes.
I think he should play this with a little speed here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe bounce it up just enough to where he can actually get a shot on the deuce.
Yeah, like that. Just go ahead and just heck with it. If something really unfortunate happens and you get jacked up or hooked somehow,
I like that shot. That was good.
I think that was,
Now, I still feel like Shane, he wasn't even thinking about his aim, which I honestly.
Ooh.
Those type of things don't really bother me when I'm watching a player and they butcher, or not, you say butcher, but miss a ball by like that kind of a diamond or like that. All he's focusing on is his timing and his actual. He's letting the stroke cut the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not even thinking about like hitting the ball. You know what I mean? Like. In a specific spot.
And
am I right or am I right?
Yeah, and we talked about him earlier that, like Arnold Palmer, I guess he said, yeah, I'd swear at myself for about 5 seconds, and then I'd let it go. Nobody would hear it. Nobody would notice it. I didn't like it, but, just got on with business. And Shane's one of the best ever at that.
I mean, he missed that ball, like, real
Yeah,
bad. But the funny thing is like, he 100% put the stroke that he felt he needed on that shot.
Oh, yeah. He was
that's
stunning.
what I feel like for amateurs, like, they need to understand that. He was completely committed, even though he missed that ball by a lot. You still got to be committed, no matter what.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he'd shake that off.
So, still a 21-game lead, right? Or is it 20?
Another thing is, I think it's 21, 76,
Okay.
55.
Yeah, the score's right?
I believe so, yeah. Okay, he's going to get a nice shot on the 1. Is the 2 going to open?
Not enough.
He's going to have to kill this ball, but it's okay.
No, I think he's golden, actually.
Yeah, he's close enough to the 1.
Hell,
he can
I think
handle
that's
this.
that is textbook, really. Float the 1 over the 2. Good to go. Off to the races here.
Got a little straight, so he's going to have to shoot the 3 with some angle here.
He is a little bit straighter.
Yeah, so he's going to have to decide how forward with the cue ball do I want to go to have a good path to come 2 rails to the back of the 4 somehow.
So if he can be about 6 inches out from where he's at, he's ideal. And then float 2 rails on the bottom side of the 4, correct?
I think a diamond, yeah. Go forward a diamond or so. Oh, he decided, and this is smart though too, because now he's so close to it that he can really have
so much easier
and really command the speed coming in there.
True. He can kill it. He can shoot it. He can do whatever he wants with it.
I think you come 2 rails here in between the 4-5 here. I know the 6 is there, but just go ahead and use your talent. Controlling. Oh, that ball skid a little bit. Is it going to cost him the cue ball? Nope. He bumped the 4 nice.
Wow.
You see that ball turn a little?
Sure as heck did. That ball turned a lot. He knows it too. Wasn't really an unlucky roll, but I mean, it was a good thing that ball held up to go.
Yeah.
Because it could have just turned right into the pocket.
Yeah, it made the cue ball come tighter into that angle as well.
Yeah.
So he got a nice bump. It would have been unfortunate to not get a shot somehow. Almost impossible, really.
So what are we looking at here? Now it's a 20-game deficit. Orcollo showing a little heart.
He's definitely not giving up.
Of course not.
Again, we're going to 80. Whoever gets to 80 first today will end play for day 2. Going to finish all the way to 120 tomorrow. And I believe that starts earlier tomorrow, Joey.
Yeah. So what a break this is.
Yeah, this is. He's got some work from the 4 to the 5, but I tell you, what a nice starter.
I mean, that's pretty. You got to be happy about this.
Yeah.
After the looks he's had over the past hour of junk. You know what I mean? This has got to be a pretty good sight.
Play a little natural 2-rail angle around.
Yeah, I like that. The funny thing is, I like stunning that ball straight out and then taking the 2, but I like how he played.
I think he was a little thin.
Was
he? If he could have drew straight out to the center, I think he would have done that.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have ran the cue ball inside the 8 down here, 2 rails, but he was just a little thin on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now he's gotten just ideally perfect. A little stretched. Anytime you're leaning across corner to corner, cross corner like that, that's the longest stretch on the table.
It's one of those shots I see Orcollo hit so well. I know it's such a routine shot when you talk about it, but the center ball straight out to the middle of the table with just an athletic stroke. You know, it has nothing to do with timing. He's just his acceleration is really good.
He got perfect here. He's putting his hand up, but now he's going to have to put a little more speed, but he'll zigzag this.
Yeah. These are fun shots. I mean, just make sure you let your stroke out.
Really effortless.
He really did hit that effortlessly. Float up for the 6 in the top left. Or just take the guarantee either side.
He got perfect with the cue ball. That's pretty much ball in hand position for that corner. Now a break and run. He needs a few more, though. We talked about it earlier. If he could get to 10 games. Now, he's done this a bit on this. Ended up a little short. This isn't no problem, but if that stops 2 inches shorter, now you're a little flirty with a possible miss. But
so I mean that's got to be the factor here. Like what he's trying to get within 10 games.
Yeah,
that's got to be the deal. There's nothing else he can even be having a goal of. I mean, other than just trying to stay in stroke and finish strong for the night, and not trying to like bend over. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the things.
Well, the thing
obviously he's not going to, but I mean, you know.
Well, the thing I've seen is he's not really changing much. So there's I don't think there's a learning curve that he's trying to reach with this. Why he's behind here. Hey, let me make up some games and maybe I can figure out the break a little better or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Shane went on to figure out a different break or similar break actually to Dennis's, but just a little bit higher grade. So I guess just again stay the course and keep making good strokes, make the balls, and see what happens. Much thicker hit there.
You can't do anything different than what you've been training for. You know what I mean? It's like, can you imagine going like, you've been training, playing golf the same way forever, and then all of a sudden the tournament comes around and you're not playing very well, you're not going to change.
Yeah.
Your swing in the middle of the tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, I think that what the thing I do in this situation, and really, be honest with you, most situations,
aren't going correct.
Yeah, just try to hit the ball well. And he's going to need he's going to need opportunities to back it up, but he's got to be hitting the ball well to make up this lead first off.
I actually really like that. I think people need to focus more on that.
Yeah, accurate hits, good strokes. Something that feels good.
See,
it feels good.
When I feel like Orcollo is hitting the ball well, and I know that's not an easy shot that he just missed, but he makes those froze ball shots better than anybody.
Yeah, and the full ones too, which are the harder ones, and you don't have that reference to cut the ball.
Man, I mean, you can already see like that was not a well hit ball.
All right, this is going to get perfect underneath the 3.
Man.
Like something you don't shoot for when you're drawing at that distance, but just in case you had ball in hand, you might put it underneath it.
We'll take it.
No, that's really ideal. Spin up towards the 6. Don't get elevated.
I mean, he'll take it. Never mind.
Yeah, right.
I am a little biased. But.
Well, I mean, hey.
So now what do you think?
Wrong with
he
that.
Punches this ball out?
He'll stay above a lot, Shane will, in that spot, and I don't blame him. But he's really good at that top English 2 rails up, crawling off the end rail. That's kind of what I was wondering
if he was going to do that two rail, but.
All right, is he coming all the way to the side here? Looks like it.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about that shot there is you're going a long ways for position.
He's guaranteeing himself a certain angle, right? By
running so long. On a slick table, I think that's a little dicier play, in my opinion. But
I would have played the corner pocket.
Me too. I like the corners a little bit better, especially on a slick table.
Yeah, but when you play on this table for like as many hours as he has, you kind of get the feel for it. I mean, as far as like knowing you can go 4 rails and play that.
Well, yeah, it's all about execution also and how you feel and generally how confident you stay.
But you're right,
Shane stays very confident.
What if you land flat or if you land on
going
the
away
top
a little
side?
bit, yeah.
Yeah, land froze on the top side, that's the worst.
Well, the thing is the overhit and the underhit both kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Or not kill you, but put you in a bad spot.
Yeah, so you're relying on that one hit.
That good position right there. But that's also a note of how confident he is. And we talk about Shane all the time. Sometimes he does things a little different route. But they always make sense with how he's hitting the ball.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. It's just like golf you referenced.
That is true.
When them guys are hitting the ball well,
he feeds off his strike.
They're going aggressive. Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly what you're saying.
It's just like,
Hell, I mean, you can.
Oh, look at that.
Oh. You can even speak to that to like an amateur term. I mean, like,
absolutely.
When an amateur is feeling it, they're like, man, I feel like I can't miss a ball. And then, that's why their inconsistencies start to show. But.
And that's a little experience, right?
Yeah, of course. But when you talk about the best players in the world, I mean, when they're feeling it,
yeah,
it's a different story.
Yeah, and Shane is. I was talking to Chris Robinson earlier. We were talking about what he got to watch so far, and I asked him, "Hey, you learned anything?" And then, of course he has. He's that type of guy, anyways. But Shane's like the epitome for cliches on some things. One ball at a time, just you and the table. Those things are still around because they're true, right? But
Yeah.
Shane really sticks to that. He really falls into playing the game kind of by himself, and he really takes it one ball at a time, So. Excuse us.
Talking about cliches, I mean, I just remember whenever I asked Shane for some advice whenever I was 18, feels like forever ago, but I asked him, I was like, so what do you do? I mean, like, what separates you from the rest of the players, And I was really thinking that Shane was going to come with some Tony Robbins, like, super powerful, like, methodical stuff, and he said, I just don't let the other guy win. That's what he told me. That was straight up. And I thought it was bullshit at the time because I was like, man, I mean, whatever, dude. But, I mean, really, that's probably how he thinks. You know what I mean? Like, he just does not let the other guy win.
Well,
in
yeah.
His mind,
and I think there's some deep thought into that, actually, Joey, meaning he does whatever it takes. And if he feels like if it's going to take 10 hours a day to do it,
exactly.
And not only likes it doing that, but he's going to put that 10 hours a day in. So
he didn't give me the freaking training plan.
Right,
He told me.
Yeah. Ultimately, no holds barred. I'm going to do. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do whatever it takes to be number one.
Which is, I mean, that's actually the best advice that you can ever get.
Well, and we don't talk about it enough in our sport, but there's times where guys, you wouldn't say they lose their heart, but you can see it's a little bit. They're not quite the same for one reason or another. And Shane will come out and tell you, hey, I want my pool game back, or I want to be number one again. He said that to me a few times in the last couple of years hanging around him so much that, I'm not out here to maybe win the tournament. I'm out here and away from the tournament, I'm going to put in my best effort to get that job done, So does
What's
this
his
5 go?
Like? Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Touchy,
maybe break it out with the 1.
Yeah, I would definitely. Now, he can come 3 rails. That's a safer way to get the breakout. Nothing bad happened, but you could get snookered that way.
Yeah.
It looks real natural to just come 1 rail, maybe 2 right before the 9 and 5.
I think it's pretty natural.
Yeah, he missed it.
But does the 5 go?
Yeah, but he could have dug on that just a little and come 3 rails in a big area to the bottom of that and just go into him hard,
That shot it almost looked like a little bit of slap. It didn't look like he really put like you said, dig into it. Like, he didn't put the shot on it.
Well, now he might try and produce here. Because if he tries to play safe easily off the 5, that's not you might leave the 5 over the hole. You might do anything. Now he's really in trouble.
Now he's toast on this shot.
He's on the rail.
What are you really going to do here?
Well, couldn't he have made this with a little draw? Make it go through the ball with a little draw if he had gotten the right angle?
Orcollo
the 5
tired.
Go off the 9?
He looks tired on this shot. That last shot was a very tired shot. Because it was crucial for him to get that breakout. I think what you said, dig on it.
Come underneath it, right? 3.
Underneath
yeah,
it.
you can hit anywhere on the rail, on the bottom rail, you're going to go into the 9.
You get the hit, you know what I mean? Because it's almost impossible.
There's a replay right there. I don't mind his shot, don't get me wrong, but there was an element of missing it.
He didn't commit on
he could
that
miss it, yeah. Well, that's a great effort here. This is played exactly like he wanted. Now it may leak out.
He left it.
Wow.
He 100% left it.
Now, one thing right there he could have thought of is, hey, man, I want to get behind the 8, but no matter what, I'm leaving the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah.
That way he can't, make an easy shot on the 5 and get on the 6. He's got to come with a top English shot, right?
I'm just going to say, and I'm sure for the folks out there, I mean, I've watched Orcollo play a lot of pool in my life, but the last 2 or 3 shots did not look like shots that he was super – when he's committed, man, he controls that cue ball and the object ball super, super well.
Oh, wow.
Now, yeah, Shane missed that ball, but I'm talking about the last 2 or 3 shots where Orcollo looked like he was very, very quick with. Like he was trying to get the night over with.
Wait, that was a little light.
You see what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
It almost looks like he's trying to get the night over with. But it's okay, I understand. Hell, if I was him, I would want the night over with too.
Well, he was talked about it earlier, a little punch drunk looking.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to just break the rhythm one way or another. That's why he's trying some different paces, you know.
That's a better way of saying it instead of saying what.
Let's change it, something up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Let's create.
I was surprised Shane missed that 5 though. I'm looking at it again on the side monitor.
Extremely rare.
I mean, it wasn't easy. Of course, it's long distance. He's got to follow his ball.
That follow.
Yeah, he uses it a lot to creep out of the corner.
He might have been slightly uncomfortable with that follow there on that shot.
Yeah.
I don't know why, though.
He got back down on it like he didn't hit it, obviously, like he wanted. Now, Dennis, I think, did he leave the arena for a moment?
So,
all right,
here we go.
77, 18 games. We had it at 17 earlier. Oh, okay.
Very good break.
Very good is right. Now, is this 2 going to not want to cooperate? He's got a shot. He's got 2 pockets.
I think he likes this shot. I mean, really, just like stun it one rail out for the 3 in the middle of the table, right?
Yeah,
or
just
anything.
Don't let up on your stroke. You could creep behind the 6 here.
Just go with it, right?
Yeah, don't let up. I mean, you're not going to kill it, but make sure you get the dig on the cue ball. Unless you're going to go one rail into the 9.
The one thing you don't have to worry about with Orcollo is that dig.
Yeah.
I mean, when he goes at it, he gets it. You know what I mean? Like, and he makes it look so simple and short, but he accelerates through.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful little stroke that he's got. I don't think people really appreciate it as much as it is.
Am I going to go?
Yeah, he's
all
fine.
right. A little thinner than he wanted.
Kill it, actually.
Yeah, you just got to put a little right on it.
He'll cut it. It was not what he wanted to have to do. I promise you.
Perfect speed here.
He would have rather had to stun it over there, but I mean, still, it was fine.
Looking to play the 8 in the side.
So there we go. Orcollo coming with a little package.
Yeah, he was 22 games down. Now looking to be 17 down.
That's a big swing. I mean, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, 60 looked like a huge number not long ago for Orculo. Now he's going to be at 60.
Wow.
Now Shane knows they're stopping at 80. I'm not saying it should affect him, but you know,
like it can make you a little lazy.
Well, you could feel like it's going to happen. It's going to happen, kind of thing. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. But then you're trying to kind of changing.
Why don't we stop now?
Yeah, changing your mentality a little bit. Which he might have said it a second ago to himself once or twice, but he's like, heck with that, man. Let me just get back to business here. Get a shot to capitalize.
I think you're right. I think that maybe he probably had that a couple times where he was like, oh yeah, I shot a couple of silly shots, but let me shut this off. You know what I mean? Let me shut this off.
But the thing is, you know, is Dennis,
if he gets the opportunity.
Exactly. How much is Dennis going to capitalize on
that fact?
On a few things, yep.
He could really capitalize.
Just can't lose the cue ball. That's one he cannot afford to do. He's got to try and grind out some games, even with a shot on the break and even with not. Now he's getting a lot of spin on that ball coming up.
Not bad.
Great.
Definitely great, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, this is pretty ideal. All the balls have multiple pockets to shoot to. They're all pretty close to each other. I think really just shooting this shot here, that get decent on the 5. Pretty hard to mess up the 6, 7, 8. And you can see the 9 over the top left. Really perfect. Play the side or the corner on the 6. But this is where he needs to look, just so he doesn't get a little bit silly.
I mean, this is a long race, folks. So
yeah, Shane's not even 2/3 of the way through. You know,
there ain't no. If you ever had any thoughts of counting Orcollo out, you're crazy.
Right.
There we go. Yeah, you just bounce it up and just you take the bottom corner. or just float up for the whatever. Either way, really kind of.
Yeah, either one. I don't think he scratches on the going forward at all if he makes the ball. So. Yeah.
I was just thinking that as long as you
either
come
way,
the side,
you know.
yeah, you're fine. Now just tuck it back and be okay. And start your little gear. Here we go. Orcollo with a decent run the last couple racks.
Yeah, and his pace is actually still, it's got a little more rhythm looking to it. You know, it's not just like that's more attentive with a little speed added to it,
it's like
you know.
Fast,
but a good rhythm, it looks like, a thoughtful rhythm as well.
Yeah, he's not just like blindlessly like just shooting because he's stuck.
Right.
And trying to get quick. But I mean, like you said, man, I mean, whenever an alarm's setting off, one of the guys on 77 and the night's going to be over, you know, like now he might be in a hurry to get to 80. He's like, he might be pissed off a little bit too. I mean, I'm sure he's not happy, you know, but.
Yeah, I mean, to get to that 10-game deficit we were talking about, 9-3 is what he needs to win.
Yeah.
That's the ratio, 3 games to 1. Very doable. Talked about it yesterday. He got a 4 or 5 game lead a few times yesterday.
Gotta be happy as hell if he gets to 10.
Yeah. I think all the friendly side wagers and guys that had Dennis, or have Dennis rather, they'd be very happy as well.
Exactly. Being very cautious with this rack.
Yeah, and again, he's made the corner ball at a very high rate, that being the 6 this time, where it's placed there on that corner. He's made 2 balls down here in these corners a lot.
Cue ball.
Yeah, 2 balls coming nice. It's going to be okay. The 4 got a little kiss.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I know it's, people were saying, like, what do you mean, uh-oh, Joey Gray? It's 16 games, but, I mean, you can see a little more pep in his step. We haven't seen Shane on the screen here in a few minutes, so he's getting iced down in the chair.
Shit, that means a lot. I don't give a crap.
Yeah. And again, and we talked about earlier, me and Skylar, you know, if he can win some 5-to-1 ratios, 6-to-1 ratios, doesn't need 10 in a row, but also said 10 in a row wouldn't hurt. And that's, you know, he looks pretty confident in what he's doing right now on the break.
He might run 20. You
yeah.
never know with him. And when they get in gear, boy, they get in gear. And Orcollo, as simple as he is and as efficient as he is, he's not ever going to fall off of you know, he's not going to fall off the tangent. I mean, he's going to be decent. He's going to play bad because he's trying to play catch up, because I know how he tries to fall in gear. But man, once he gets it, it looks like he's falling into that gear. Like he's finally allow himself to fall into that gear.
And there's, you know, we talk about different strokes all the time. Well, there's different outlooks as well with different people. And what I mean is, you know, I tell people, hey, you got to slow down so you don't make simple mistakes, right? You know, amateurs that are trying to get better.
Of course.
You know, there's no coincidence that good players, and not even champions, but even just solid players, they take their time a little bit, don't get in a hurry. But what I was getting at is, sometimes you got to know yourself. Like Dennis, I bet his mentality is, man, I hit so many balls. You know, let me think a little more about something when I need to, rather than just every time put a ton of thought into every shot, right? So he knows what he can do. Stay off the rail, give him a little angle. He can move the ball. He can do things. And then when he needs to take some time on maybe a push out or a sticky situation, he'll take more time then, you know?
Shit, he's trying to sneak up on Shane a little bit right here.
Well, yeah, 15. So
here we go. 15 down.
This isn't, you know, one of the matches of the year for no reason. Not because Dennis.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to say Shane's a little favorite, okay, he's all right. Now the 7's going to get him a little. Is it going to open up?
It did.
I think so. Now the 7 again, the 2, right?
I mean, a combo.
Yeah, yeah. If he likes making the 1, the 2-7 ain't no problem.
I think he's okay.
Now, as he kill it, he'd like to hit this with a high ball. That makes that pocket a little bigger using a rail.
I think he plays it just natural.
Yeah, you don't want it to bounce, though. With a little more speed, it'll slide up that rail and not as missable. If he tries to kill this, I wouldn't doubt if he hangs this ball, excuse me.
He may even just drag this ball right out to the middle of the table.
With a little just low,
Yeah.
just pinch it.
He really may just do that.
He's looking.
Oh, he's looking at safety?
No, I think he was looking at how could I go forward with the cue ball off the 1. But the 5's a big ball, you know.
Man, that 2-7 is just a little bit funny enough to where the 7 is like angled towards the side rail to where he can't really stun it and hold the 2. You know, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. And the 5 landed in a little bit funny spot to where he can't just
hit a high ball.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Yeah.
and have that natural angle for the combo.
Yeah, and
so he landed a little bit tricky.
If the 1 wasn't tight, he would already killed it. But he wants to hit this with a high ball, I'm telling you. You hit it with a slower speed, that ball bounces off the rail more, and this is hangable.
And he's got a relatively simple shot if you think about it. I mean, if he can go in between the diamond and the 5, like the pocket and the 5, but I mean, it's hard to judge the angle. I mean, I know everything looks easy on the TV, but that looks like the angle he's got.
And I don't think it's the 2-7.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's the angle. Now he's looking at that, going 2 rails above it like that. That's the way you want to shoot this ball, though, or is he just floating it in with outside?
I think he's just going to pocket it.
With outside?
Nice and smooth.
I would go back and forth if I could.
For sure.
You see, because it makes the ball want to run a little up the rail a little more, the 1. So I think he did pretty darn well, even though he's not out of the woods.
Yeah, he's perfect. What do you do here, though?
You just got to roll it in. I mean, that's all you can do. I wouldn't try to go back and forth with the cue ball. I don't think. I mean, I know easing the ball in ain't no fun.
Yeah.
But I think you can rattle this ball pretty easy if you try to go back and forth with the cue ball.
I mean, I honestly like how Orcollo's taking that extra second here. He's just bearing down. I mean, he knows, he knew what he was going to do on that 1 ball. But
well, I think the break has got him confident here. He can do some damage.
This is a big shot here.
Yeah,
big shot.
And the more I look at it,
what does he feel uncomfortable about?
Well, it's right in between, meaning he doesn't want to roll it, but it doesn't sit quite good enough to come 2 rails easily. Meaning, you try to come 2 rails easily, where he's at now standing and come back over. It's not easy. He could chunk the 7 into the left side rail doing that. Like that. See how he chunked it to the left side rail, trying to come twice back over? Now look at this roll. You think things aren't changing a little bit?
Wow.
Now, he's not. It's about 50-50 Shane makes this, kicking long rail.
That's
maybe
true.
even 60-40.
That is true. That is true. But, yeah, you're right. He looked so uncomfortable.
It was funny.
Ball.
It was like one of them shots, man, it don't look good to ease it. It doesn't look good.
Do I go or do I not?
Yeah, it's hard.
Do I stay or do I go now?
Yeah.
That was, really exactly where he was at.
Oh, he's kicking that way. I thought he'd kick to the other side of the 9.
Underneath the 9?
Yeah. He's got to put a little spin here. He hit it perfect, by the way. Oh, I thought he came across the nice. Watch out, 5 ball. Watch out, 5 ball. Oh, too much?
Just past enough.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Wow. Orcollo with a huge, huge roll.
Big time. Yeah, he's a little concerned here. Like maybe he's going on top of the 3 with the cue ball, and if he makes the 2 by this and the 7, maybe there's a problem. It's hanging so much, he can be aggressive and draw. He could he could do a lot of things here if he didn't like it. Okay.
Maybe both.
Yeah, I thought that was all right, drawing the ball.
That's a good shot.
The 7 was so deep, the 2 wasn't going to come up. It was either going to stay there or fall at the end, one of the 2.
So here we go. Just float up. Pretty natural. back to the middle of the table and just be on down the road. And Orcollo feeling really good because he was way behind, and he's got an opportunity to really chop this lead up.
Yeah, 8 games worth. He was 22 down, I think was the most. Now he's got a chance to be only 14 down. And spending a lot of time at the table.
That's huge. Yeah. And also shooting a lot.
Yeah.
There it is. Orcollo.
$63, 77.63.
Wow. Decent little comeback for Orcollo right here.
Well, yeah, just the numbers in itself is one thing, and the momentum and some confidence as well.
And the heart. You know this guy's showing some heart, man. I mean,
well, look at him. He definitely looks a lot different than he did earlier.
He really does. He's got his energy level has changed dramatically.
Yeah.
He looks way more ready now than he has this whole time.
Playing a much thicker hit now on the one. Really kind of disregarding the one. If he makes it, he makes it. But he's relying on that corner ball. And, the cue ball's coming back up table. The 2's going 3 rails. Just kind of depends on if it gets kissed or not. Okay. Oh, a couple nice kisses. Going to get a nice shot here on the 2 to start.
Beautiful.
Look at it. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean,
I like it.
You've been on 77 for a long time.
This guy's showing some heart, man.
And it's the little things, not only with a great performance, little things, getting that little kiss on the 2 to open it up. Keep him going on the run. He doesn't want to float it in with outside, and I don't blame him. I think it'll get away from him. I really do.
You don't go inside here?
Well, it can get away from him there too. I think he's going to go inside and go past, like towards the template rack, is what I think he's going to do.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I like inside, and you don't have to kill it towards the middle of the table or whatever.
No, it's too thin to do that. Anyways, look at this monitor here on the left. It's pretty thin. So
I like going 1, 2, 3, like you said, like by the template rack.
Yeah, go towards the template rack with the cue ball. You have 3 pockets on the 3 ball. Yeah, just like that.
I don't think he hit it the way he intended, but he still got there.
I think he knew he may have to take a little bit of a shot here, but I mean, the 2 wasn't a cold-blooded hanger. You know what I mean? You want to make the 2.
He's still fine though. Cut this ball over to the right. Be okay.
Dead center.
Orcollo really showing some heart here in the last hour or so.
Come 2 rails or 1 for the corner or the side. I prefer the corner myself because the 7's so easy that way. I got a little, this where he's drawn maybe a little on top of the 9, maybe. So he may just stun and hold a couple inches like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Interesting. Orcollo really showing some heart here in the last hour or so. $77.65.
That's right. No, 64.
64.
13 games.
13.
And pretty amazing, both guys having so much success breaking from different sides of the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Normally you'd see the guys sticking to one side.
Shit, Shane, his break has been unbelievable today.
I'll tell you what, the last 10 games, 10 games, Dennis has been pretty good. Making
He's got
the
a
one
shot
a
on
lot.
the one or the two every single time.
Two's coming back with the cue ball. Gets another decent kiss. He's jacked up, though. This became tough all of a sudden.
Still got a shot, though.
Yeah, he can level out. He goes right by the 5 and 7,
I like him to make this ball, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Pocket it with the center ball, and if he makes it with a little loose stroke, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, doesn't it run naturally around the table?
It really does.
In between the 4-5. And
anytime a good player has a natural shot with a little right English, they're going to be okay, right?
You would think. Normally they make this. Hit it perfect.
Gin. Super gin.
Got a little angle as well. Okay, got to pay attention because he wants to get a lot out of the cue ball here. He doesn't want to be like 1 foot. There you go.
Yeah,
I want to go ahead and get something out of the cue ball on that one.
It's not bad.
Felt a little funny here, too, now. Does he just
straighter than he wanted to.
Yeah, he might have to take a little cut on the 5 to the upper left. Yeah, like that. Again, relying on how great he is. And also for amateurs, really, this is not a tough shot even for, a little bit lower level players.
I mean, when you're going to try to do something better than that.
Yeah, well, you got to be able to make these shots to play better anyways, right? So just start trying it.
Starting one rail out. Orcollo back in this race, and we were talking about that 10-game deal.
Well, yeah.
He is already surpassing that.
And this is from a long-distance 5 ball he missed, I believe, after Orcollo missed the 5. Again, coming up table here. I told you he's been short a few times. Don't think you're going to have a problem, but get on the rail. Anything may happen. Perfect.
Orcollo showing some heart here in the late few hours.
Yeah, made a nice little opener on the 2. Then just solid from there on the rest of the out.
So here we are. Orcollo's got the break.
He's rained the one in a bunch here in the last hour.
He really has.
So it looks like when he hits it really how he wants, the cue ball kind of is coming back with the 2, kind of like they're next to each other almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of run next to each other a little bit. We'll see how he hits them this time. Okay.
Missed the 1.
He missed the 1. Is he going to get another good kiss? He is. And he can kill that cue ball if he needs to, I believe. It's pretty thin, though, huh, Joey?
It's got a little bit. It's a lot much tighter than you'd want, but I mean, I still feel like he can kill it.
Yeah, I think so.
Super kill it by the 4.
Yeah, he could use the 4 if he had to.
Exactly, like it's like an extra little bumper.
Normally, when the top players, the greatest in the world, are this close to the ball, they can really
dig into it, like you said.
Yeah,
earlier.
they can really manufacture some results that you don't think are even possible. Kind of like. Take advantage of the cue ball a little bit.
Like killing that cue ball inside the pocket right there, like 2 rails.
Yeah, John Schmidt is one of the best at these steep kills that I've ever seen with the draw.
Man, he is unbelievable with them.
Got a little flick he uses.
Most modest player in the world, and he's still unbelievable.
Looks like he's using the 4. Just got a friendly little bump on the 4. Oh, he's going up and down. He's going, no. Oh, wow. I can't believe he did not shoot there.
I'm
Now,
a little shocked.
even if he had to take a chance, and not saying this is a bad shot, obviously it's not. Because if he gets him underneath, the kick on the one's hard because the two's there, right?
Yeah. I still feel like he should have went.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't come away with a shot and Shane goes on to, kind of shorten this lead a little bit that Dennis has got going on for him. There you go. Paid off.
So, pretty textbook from here.
Yeah, not hard. All right, perfect stun shot there. That was not natural. The cue ball's going a little that way, but that was really nice. Nice cue ball from Dennis.
All right. So, I mean, Dennis off to the races again. Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, a little pinch draw here. Back out where the cue ball's at now, probably. Something like that. There you go.
I mean, look at the heart Orcollo's showing here. Like, I mean, really, though. When you can be down that many games and you just really can just pack it up and go home. And he said hell to that.
Yeah. If he cuts it to single digits before Shane gets another beat on his side, I tell you, he may do something absolutely crazy and win day 2. How you like that?
It may be the most astronomical victory of all time if you watch this. I mean, to really make a move of this stature, I mean, it's like unbelievable. I mean, you're really, really doing something.
There you go. Watch out for that upper left corner now. He's sending the cue ball in that direction much more than the side now. Oh, he didn't get as much on it. The one's going to possibly have a pocket. Oh, the 7. Here we go. All right, so Shane's in a little better position now to possibly get an opportunity at the table. Now, I think Dennis will probably shoot the 1 and try and draw it to the rail and get him behind the 8 maybe.
Yeah.
Just let the 1 come up. He didn't even realize he snookered. He didn't even realize he snookered. He didn't realize the 7 came in the way, so he's looking at this 1 ball for no reason. Last he had looked when he had went to go get his playing cue from his break cue, he could see the 1. Yeah. Now he's like, oh, well, hell, I can't even see this ball.
No, I see what you're saying. Because he definitely looks a little bit disappointed at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to have to bank the 1 away and take a chance here maybe, huh?
I mean, I think so.
I mean,
what's the right move here? I mean, do you push out to an easier
No,
shot?
I think he can see it. I banked the 1 away and draw. I mean, you can't push out to something easy.
One rail back underneath the
Yeah, I mean, you just got to take a chance, I think. Now, if the 1 doesn't go, you have some rollout options. Yeah. But you can't leave Shane something where he's going to clip the ball and run it. I mean,
just yeah.
You can't roll out where he can bank the 1 away and kind of drop the cue ball behind the 8 1 rail. He can't do any of that. So he's kicking at it? Oh, okay. No, he's going to do what I talked about, I think, anyways.
Got to go off the side rail.
I think so. Just straight draw.
But he
just cut it.
Just playing safe. I mean, as long as he doesn't clip the 8, he's going to be okay. As long as he doesn't clip the 8, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he should avoid the 8 here. And that's a good effort. He needs some help. He needs some love up there. But that's all he could do is try to get behind there.
Of course.
Now, he wasn't trying to snuggle him on the 8. He was trying to drop on the rail behind the 8. That's the smart shot. Don't try to freeze him there. He just got a little more dig on the ball than he wanted. Because when you got that shot, you're jacked up, right? You don't want to come off of it, let up on the draw, and scratch right there in the corner, right? So you got a big shot here for Shane Van Boening. Does he bury it?
I think he settled pretty good.
I know he's taking dead aim. I know that. I ain't no two.
Man, I was watching him just straight on, folks. And, I mean, and Jeremy just said that. He looked settled, like, really well. And that's one thing about those shots right there. When you can stay committed, you just stay settled as hell. Man, it makes that shot so much easier.
Well, that steel box, you know, that body's supposed to be a steel box.
God, he hit that ball good, though. I mean, that was a crucial situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
I'm sure everybody in the whole freaking
absolutely.
country that was a situation where, I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and fan the ball because you're not focused on just taking the shot out or taking the match off, you know.
Yeah, well, that, and, you know, we've all watched that football game or had the wrong side of that team that was up and up and up, and they kept turning over, penalty, this, that, everything that had to happen happened, and they squandered a few opportunities. Now, watch out. This ball ran. No, I wouldn't fool around with slow rolling this one, maybe. I don't know.
Rails all day.
Yeah, maybe 3 and float in there. Three.
1, 2, 3.
He could float it, but I like him going around. Oh, no, he's easing it. Okay. Oh, it was thicker than we thought. Because he held that ball pretty easy.
He had to cut that ball. So Shane to get back on the board.
Yeah.
After a long-awaited session. I mean,
yeah, I think it was 56, something like that. Something like that. And a big applause from the crowd here for Shane.
Man, that was a long session before he actually got back to the table. And, you know, being down that many games, I mean, you say down that many games. Shane was up like 30 games. And,
for the day, you mean?
For the day.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, like.
Yeah, it was 39-10 at one point, I believe it was.
You just got to keep that mentality, that grind mentality, you know. I mean, that's a beast mentality.
Yeah, he's pretty tough.
Shane's definitely a beast.
39-14, maybe it was, something like that.
Yeah.
It was a big number. No, it was 37-12 because I had mentioned there was 3-1 in games at one point.
I think he had 23 games.
Did he?
On top. I mean, I don't know exactly the number, but I'm pretty sure it was 23.
Yeah. Well, he sat on 17, bobbing back and forth on 17 early in the match once he got that big lead. Then it went to 22-ish, so he probably did get 23.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Shane's got the break, and he's up 78-66.
Yeah. And he doesn't really need like a mirror image of what happened to Dennis, meaning Dennis won 6, 7 games. I only win 1, you know. So he's going to get a nice starter.
Got a really good kiss there.
Yeah, the 3's next to the 4.
I mean, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and bet on this one.
Yeah.
Folks. I'm going to, even though he's a little elevated, I'm going to go ahead and take Shane on this one.
Yeah, and this is where you don't baby the ball, but don't try to get close, meaning make sure the English grabs and you don't get behind the 5.
Get crazy
get behind the 5, right? Yeah, just ease it in, take your distance. Because the 3's next to the 4.
Well, now, though, I mean, is he elevated over the 8?
Nah, he's great. He's great. He's good. Just lays on the rail a little bit right there. He could pop it if he wanted. I doubt he's going to do that, though. I would just kill it with a light draw stroke. Oh, he's rolling it. That's fine, too. Ooh, I told you, it goes a little that way.
It goes down there.
Yeah, it does. I'm telling you.
Does it not? It goes down there.
He's close enough, though. He can pinch draw this, folks. He could probably even draw into bumping the 5 here if he, like Extreme wanted to pinch it. But he doesn't want to hit it with a lot of speed, does he?
100% did not want to land there.
Top English is not very good here, I don't think.
I don't think it's terrible, though, because he can go 2 rails in between.
Might hit the 8.
The 5 up top corner.
I'm pinch drawing this.
I like what you're saying.
And just going, if I guide past the 5, that's fine.
I think he's taking the natural angle.
Yeah, but I think he entertains hitting the 8 here, and he might get long distance kind of funny on this ball if he follows.
He's looking at that angle.
I draw this. Yeah, he's pinch drawing it. Just sliding up. If he bumps the 5, most likely he's okay, but just go barely past it.
Kill the shit out of it.
See how he's going to just go barely past? Yeah, it's just like that.
Shot.
Yeah,
good shot.
Good call. Smart. Can't ever get snookered. You're not,
Throw yourself into a good position.
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Now, if you're further away, it's a little different because having that touch with that light draw is hard.
Yeah.
But when the object ball is 10 inches away, you can do a lot of things.
Hell, you may even be like getting Shane to slow down the stroke a little bit.
Okay, he's going to cheat the hole a little bit, cheat the pocket, getting the cue ball to the top rail, then spinning out 2. Watch out now. He's going to get perfect, but I don't know if he really ever wanted to gain that third rail there, Joey.
I think he cared about it. As long as he can get him that angle where he's above the ball, I think he just loves to be above the ball, no matter what.
Oh, of course, yeah.
2 rails for position on the 9, and he's good to go. Damn, I dropped his phone and shit? My bad. It was on the floor.
You're on the map. There's Shane. 79. So essentially on the hill here for day 2.
And I think he's ready to close it out because he had so many freaking games ahead. And Orcollo did put an extremely good fight. So you got to think that Shane's ready to just put this game over, go to sleep, and let's start back tomorrow with me breaking in your dreams.
Yeah, he knows this is the last break of day 2 for him. But watch, he won't back off. A lot of times when you get on the hill for the day or hill for a match, you'll be like, man, don't scratch, whatever, right? And you back off a little bit. That's actually the wrong way to go about things. You know, keep committing to it. Now, he got a little bad roll there.
He got a little bit extra on that one. Like, he didn't back off. Like,
no.
He might have tried to be a little too like controlled with it. He should have probably been like what you said, just don't back off and go.
He hit him well though.
He didn't hit him bad. That's the first time I've seen him dry break.
No,
that's pretty stout.
No, he didn't dry break. He's just snookered.
Oh, he made one.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
He made one. Now he's got the 4 covering the 1, so he's got a little bit of protection when it comes to rolling out here. He's got a few things he can do and not feel terrible about it, you know.
Well, now, what do you like here? I mean, I actually like killing that one end of the.
I think he's going to shoot at it
like
and go into the 4 with the cue ball.
I don't know.
You know why? Because you can shoot at it with speed. You know, with the 4 being there, you don't have to baby this ball at all.
Yeah,
if you wanted to shoot it to the upper right, you just shoot.
I think you're right.
With the 2 being there, you got a lot of value in that shot. So you could make the 4 also. Now Shane, he does some different things. You never know what he might do here.
He might just hit it fat. I mean, but he
run forward, put the 8 past the 1 past the 8 maybe.
Maybe even clip the 4.
Yeah, and let the cue ball go forward because, like I said, you got a little protection. The 2's up on the top rail. The 3-5's funny.
I like playing this ball fat, like 1 rail towards the side and coming off the 4.
I'll tell you, I wonder what he's going to shoot.
You like maybe even just cutting the ball?
I like him maybe just shooting it in because I wonder if he's ever even thought about it. He's overcutting this and running the cue ball. Is that what he's doing? Yeah, he's overcutting it and running the cue ball. And that's what I say about Shane. He rolls out to difficult things.
Very good shot.
Yeah, that was excellent.
I like that.
And Dennis is like, darn.
That's a round of applause.
And that's when you say, darn. Why didn't I see that? Even though it wasn't easy. You know?
But it was so simple.
Yeah, and he's dead. But he's dead meat. The 4's got him cut. The 2's got him kicked. He's got to try to tie the balls up.
God, and he can't even come off the left side. Shane's checking to see if the ball's even froze.
Well, he doesn't have a kick. He's got a 2-rail zigzag kick if he wanted to lay on top of the 1 maybe. I don't know, but that's so hard.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah. Now he can play short side on the 3 or the 3-5 combo. He doesn't want to go that way with the 2 ball, so he should come out and play the 2 in the upper right. Doesn't want to fool with the 4 with the cue ball. Yeah, there you go.
So now what do you do?
He just goes straight at the 3-5. The 3-5's that chip shot for these guys, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you could try to play short side because the 4's not, like, pinned somewhere.
It's not going to get crazy cute or anything.
No. He knocks this in. Should figure out a way to gain shape. Looks like he can roll it and get shape. That's nice if you can roll this ball and get shape. You don't have to go to the rail much.
I think you can.
Yeah, just nice and light. He'll get a little thin on the 3, but not much. Oh, he got way thin. He didn't cut it enough. You see where the 5 went to the left side of the pocket?
I still think he's okay.
Man, this is thin. This is dicey here, bro.
But look, I think he can miss the 7 and be okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's how I think he's perfectly fine.
So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 rails and kill it up near the head string.
No issues at all. I think this shot looks way tougher than it actually is.
No reason to back off.
Yeah, but you have to not back off.
Yeah.
If you yeah.
Like that. Should end up about the head string usually.
Yeah, super, I mean, there, you know. Just like one of those shots that looks way tougher than it actually is. But
And then that's what he does. We saw it a few times.
Shot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you try to control it. So here we go, Shane.
Watch out now. That's going to run a little bit. Maybe getting a little over the 9. No, he's okay. Yeah. He still hasn't quite because you see a little tweak of his head. Like, dang, I thought I hit it better speed than that.
Still doesn't have the control.
Yeah, maybe not realizing it. Be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay, Shane Van Boening with an 8 in the side. Probably runs the cue ball here, 3 rails maybe. Maybe just draws it back if he's straight enough. And he is. He's straight enough.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. A 9 ball to go up 80 to 66. So that would make up, what would that be, 43 to 16 today. No, 43 to 26 for Shane Van Boening.